Happening around the Ozarks, most of us will mark the Labor Day holiday, but not everybody has the day off. Troops at Fort Leonard Wood are continuing to train, and they have some new technology to help them. Back in 2018, former Defense Secretary James Mattis established a task force to improve basic soldier skills before they ever go into combat. If you have a family member who has gone through basic training in the last couple of years, they probably have trained on the EST. It's a virtual trainer to help soldiers learn how to shoot. But the new task force thought it could be improved. They came up with a new platform called the Squad Advanced Marksmanship Trainer. The hardware was recently on display at Fort Leonard Wood. The company that runs it wouldn't let us record the screens, but we did get to see the soldiers practicing on it. Color 10's Robert Yaley explains tonight how it works.
So the training is called SAM-T, and basically what it is a giant simulator to get us more familiar with the weapons that we use.
A virtual shooting range is displayed out on giant flat screens from several projectors. The training uses real weapons like machine guns and rifles, but they have special magazines that have compressed air which simulate the recoil of a round being fired.
A lot of it's fundamentals, getting people to understand how the weapon works before they go out to an actual range or before they go into combat. Some of it's targets, some of it's like a simulated, like we're being attacked. For one of them, we would face the opposite direction, and he would tell us to either turn left or right and give us a certain target. We have to be able to look at it, identify it, and then engage.
You see where all your shots hit, you see, like, if your grouping was bad, you can see why or where. Just like when we do normal ranges, how you got trigger pull, breathing, all of that stuff, you can see it on here.
One of the advantages of the SAM-T is free range of movement, unlike other virtual trainers that are tethered down with wires and cords.
When you do this one, you have the freedom to move, you can go anywhere you want. If you're practicing team movements, a couple NCOs can set up in the middle of everything and monitor dudes and use it as a mentorship tool. You can sit an entire platoon on the side, work on one team at a time, and everybody can see the critiques and learn from other people's mistakes. Saves the units money on ammo to where you don't have to restrict yourselves to a few thousand rounds. So if one person's not getting it, you have hours to work with them. They can do the same general thing on the EST. It's just, I feel like this is the EST of the future.
The technology is being demonstrated on military bases all over the country. And right now, it's only at Fort Leonard Wood for a short time. But if enough leaders like what it can do, it could come to the base permanently to train the next generation of soldiers. At Fort Leonard Wood, Robert Yaley, Ozarks First.